market open, but I'm like, nah, let me get in, let me get in. A greedy ass guy.
Trust your gut. Your gut is your second brain, man. Trust your gut. Trust your gut. When
Facts.
you see it doing this, when you see it doing this stuff right here, that's called unclear price action.
Could it,
Show me
could,
again. Doing what?
When it's doing
When
these
it's doing what?
the wicks like this,
Okay.
that's unclear. Like
Yeah.
there's no clear
Yeah.
move as to which direction the market's
Exactly.
gonna move. So
Yeah,
when
that's
you
what I
see it
saw.
wicking like that, that's
Mm-hmm.
unclear price action.
so I know you don't trade the
Mm-hmm.
news. So could it be with what was going on throughout the day, Trump and Elon Musk going back and forth, and Tesla's down?
And Tesla's down. I didn't know that Tesla was down. I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't even I don't trade the news, but I know that what the news does is it kind of moves like so. If it's at this level right here, like if we got it up here at a level, and we expecting it to sell from this order block, the news will kind of come out and push it from that order block. You understand what I'm saying? When
Mm,
I'm saying I don't trade the news, that's what I mean when I say I don't trade the news because I'm not anticipating the news to go against me. I'm usually using the news
mm,
to work more or less in my favor than against me.
I get it.
You understand? So I know that news will come out and it'll come out at a level based off where the level is at, where it's at in the market. I'm anticipating the news to work in my favor. But when it's doing this right here, that's unclear price action. I don't like to trade this. This is not telling me which way the market is going. And seeing as how I go off the higher time frame, the higher time frame is the ruler of it. You if it's doing this on a higher time frame, what's happening on a lower time frame wouldn't even matter because it's doing this on a higher time frame. If it's unclear on a higher time frame, it's like that's just like okay, get out the market, like and wait. But it's rejecting this area. It's showing rejection for this area right here for the midweek. So when I seen that it wicked the my trend line in this, I said you can still get in. Right here. I was seeing this earlier. I was like, if it come back and wick this and not break, then it's gonna continue up. And that's exactly what it did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It didn't break that midweek. US 30 did that,
Facts.
and Nas touched the trend line. So I'm seeing Nas to still be buying because Nas did this. It came into a order block here. But I think Nas gotta retest this area here before you get in for a buy. It gotta retest. It came in here. It came in to retest this order block right here. It looked like it's already pulling up though. I know on the lower
Yeah.
time frame, it's already showing it's pulling up because it came and tested this order block here. If I was in this, I would have still getting in this now would leave you at a wide stop because you would have to put your stop. You want to protect your money. You want to put your stop underneath this, underneath where it's testing at, which would be like underneath this order block right here. So getting in closer to the order block would be the best so that you don't have to have such a wide stop.
Okay.
So,
Can you go on the daily so I can get some like touch up my trend line because I think I'm having problems with that because I'm looking at your
Okay.
trend line is kind of different than mine. Yeah.
I know my trend. I go back in on my shoulder. Wait a minute. Let me reshare. Let me reshare. Oh, that isn't sharing. Y'all can see my screen?
yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Let me look up on the daily. Okay. So when I'm doing my trend line, I like to do the trend line minimum of 5 days on the daily because that's like a week of trend, a trending week. or where it was buying. So you can do it from, you can count the past 5 days, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, well, one right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you could do it from here. But when I did it, I did it from where it was buying from, right here, because I did it earlier this week.
Okay.
But you want it to be at the stem and come across. So this would be like this. But even if I did it from the 5 days, like if I did it from the 5 day trend, it would still be
Mm-hmm.
the same trend line. You see? Like the
Yeah.
line wouldn't adjust much.
So is it at the end of the wicks? Are you putting it, making all the ends of the wicks touch?
No,
Like, cause I
no.
okay, because
Let
I'm
me
no,
give a
I'm
let
not,
me give
because I'm
a different one. Let me do the 30
yeah,
so you can see
yeah.
better. So it's not the end of the wicks. What you want is it to come up,
Okay.
want the wicks to come out. Well, the candle really, typically it would be across the candle. So if I was doing this and I'm looking to do the trend, you want the bottom piece of the candle to come out, like the little ends of the candle right there to come out like that.
You're talking on the current price on the current candle?
Huh? Like, so it will come,
Are you saying the current candle? It has to cut through the current candle corner?
the
Which
corners
candle you
of the
talking about?
corners
Which
of the
candle?
candle coming up. So if you start in the trend, like, and you looking at the 5 days,
Yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
yeah.
right? It would
Yeah.
be the corners of those candles like this,
Okay.
like this. It would
Okay.
be
Yeah,
the
that's what I
corners.
was doing. Yeah.
And it would make sense. You would know it makes sense when you come down to your 4 hour, because you would see when where it's touching at. So it
Okay.
would be like this, like the corners coming out, and then
Okay. Okay. See, that's where I was kind of getting a mistake because I was trying to see how you didn't make it touch all of the corners. Like you
yeah.
see, there's a few there that didn't get touched. I was trying to touch all of them. So
So sometimes it's not gonna. I know sometimes it's not gonna touch all of them because of how the market is. But when you know when it makes sense when you come back over to the 4 hour, you see, and
hmm
you see where it was rejecting that trend line.
hmm hmm yeah, I get it.
And
Sometimes it looks neat, but sometimes it's just crazy.
like,
Like,
look,
yeah.
so this is the trend line we just put over there. So you see, I was touching all the corners and it was buying from those trend lines, like
Okay.
rejecting from that trend
Yeah.
line.
hmm
See?
hmm
And once it broke the trend
And so,
line, it broke the trend.
yeah, yeah.
So
Okay. Okay.
you put it on a daily time frame. It's not gonna always touch all the corners, but you want it to
hmm
be from the wick of where it started buying from. The next
Okay.
candle corner coming up. Like even here is not the reason this week right here is not consecutive candles. It was a lot of unclear price action going on right here. You see?
hmm
So that's why you see it like the candle on the wick
hmm hmm
of it, because it's like the wick coming under the corners of the wick as opposed to the corners of the candle, because it was a
Yeah.
lot
Yeah.
of clear price action going on all week past this week.
Okay.
You see? This is why this
Yeah.
one is
Yeah. I
not
got.
so neat.
Exactly. Yeah. 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 That's what my problem was. I was keep trying to make sense out of it, and so I'm forcing it to touch it, but it's just unclear price action. I should just, yeah, all right.
Yeah, it's the unclear price action that's making it not look so neat. It's not you. It's the unclear price action that's not looking the trend line neat. But you wanted to start with where it started, like where it started rejecting that, which was the like basically the order block. So this would have been technically an order block because this is the last candle here before it started buying
Mm-hmm.
the next 5 days. But 5 days basically just ended up right here. Now we on the 5th day because this candle just came out. But I did this earlier, so that's why I started from here.
Okay.
But it still didn't break the trend though. That's why I don't. It still hasn't broke the trend.
Okay.
Still, we don't have a break of trend just yet. But this right here is what's making it uncertain right here. This pattern on a daily.
Let's
see. And it made a new high too. But we was anticipating for it to make a new high this week. That's what I was saying, that it was gonna make a new high before it starts selling. Before it pull back anyway, it has to make the new high. But we all within this area. And I was anticipating rejection at this level based off of it coming into this order block. I was anticipating a break though. But this is unclear. This is all just, this is the candle that took everybody.
Yeah.
Right there. Got a new high, so we gotta adjust it.
Already adjusted mine.
Yeah. This is a new high on the NAS. We got a new high on the 30. I'm looking for gold to go up. They were saying something about a new currency, right? That with the tariffs and everything going on. That's what I did hear about. About with the tariffs going on, they're trying to adopt it to where they're trying to convert over to a new currency. I was looking for the bill that was supposedly signed because I know people throw out a lot of fake news, but it supposedly talks about a new currency to where they're gonna basically get rid of the dollar and make cryptocurrency the United States currency. And because they're saying that people are not believing in the strength of the dollar anymore, the businesses, because typically when the markets was selling off like that, you will anticipate the dollar to go up, and that will basically give them confidence that everything's going to be okay. But the dollar wasn't going up. Gold was going up, and because gold is going up, they're saying, well, basically gold has a stronger strength than the dollar, which it always had the stronger strength anyway. But they're anticipating that Trump is going to get rid of the dollar, but it's not. That's not far fetched. I'm just looking for the information that's going to back that before we trade according to that. Because if they drop the dollar off, then gold really gonna fucking rally. That if they get rid of the dollar, gold is gonna rally because people are already trusting in gold based off of how it was moving. But if they get rid of if they decide they want to get rid of the actually fiat currency of the dollar and say, hey, we're gonna just use crypto now, that's gonna be a big thing because there's a lot of people that still don't, we got the people that don't know nothing about crypto.
Yeah, it's gonna blow up.
Yeah,
they don't want Bitcoin. Yeah.
So the cryptos is gonna rally, and so is the dollar. So just let me know when y'all plan on doing that. They were saying it's supposed to be coming, but before the summer. But that's why I'm I've been seeing the dollar dropping. The dollar has been declining, but gold's been rallying for years. Gold has been going up consistently for the past couple of years. So this ain't nothing new. That's why it's trading the news. This is not, they making it news now, but this is not news. People have been people in this space have been anticipating for the dollar to get rid of the dollar. It's not new. So we got a new.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
We have the new midweek now is 21,413.38, and the new mid month is 21,164 on Nas. So that makes perfect sense now that you look at it. When you come back to the 4-hour, it's the midweek is directly on the order block. That actually makes perfect sense when you readjust the chart. Yeah, that definitely, because it's rejecting this and it's rejecting from the midweek. Still I will wait only because it's too far up right now to enter. Because you will have a very wide stop. You will have a very wide stop. Because it has to be below this. It has to be below that rejection, like below where it's testing this order block, and you want it underneath that. So even if you got in now, you will have a stop underneath that. It has to be.
Yeah.
You understand? Like, so you wanted to see if it's gonna pull back any. And during Asian, it can basically, we know what it does this during Asian. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't gotta rush to get in. It does that crap during Asian, every Asian session and stuff. It don't really make no big moves. You see it start moving more towards London.
Yeah, that Bitcoin sell earlier. I was like, man, like what you just said, their stop was just too big. And I'm just like, I'm not jumping in that. But that started melting. I'm just like, oh my God. But
This right
I'm
here.
just like, okay, maybe. Yeah, man.
This right here.
Oh,
I've seen this
I just
earlier.
watched it pour.
I seen this
Yeah.
and I was looking at it from here. Yesterday
Yeah.
I did this. I was like, I wonder if it's gonna sell to here, to where it's actually sold to. So right here to the mid month, and that's damn sure exactly what it did. I seen it yesterday. Yesterday is when I seen when it was here. When I seen it rejecting from the midweek, I was thinking it was gonna sell. If it's gonna sell, that's where it's gonna reject that. For sure.
Yeah. And then I was gonna take the buy off of the what is that, the mid-month? Yeah.
Mid-month. Oh man, when it don't break this mid-month.
But I was second guessing myself. I didn't take it because I was second guessing myself, and the way how it melted off, I was like, no, this can continue going down, man. So I didn't get in. Did you get in?
No, I didn't catch it. I did not catch it, but when I seen when it's rejecting here, this is when I started seeing. I said it's rejecting in mid-month. So when it's rejecting this area, Bitcoin is good. Like it's rejecting the mid-month area, a strong area of resistance, meaning it's gonna pull back up.
All right. No, I
It's
know.
telling us it's gonna pull back up. It's in this area of resistance. That's the area that when it did this candle don't mean nothing to me if it did not break this area. It did break that mid-month area. That don't mean nothing. That's our resistance. That's the stronger resistance area. We know when it sell below that, it's gonna sell. When it buy above that, it's gonna buy. This is the stronger. This is stronger than the weekly.
Yeah, I know. I just didn't have the confidence. I just felt like I was counter trading. That's what it's called.
Yeah,
like I'm not going with
like
the
you
trend.
trading against
It
yourself,
is.
like you trading against the trend or something.
Yeah, So I'm just like, all right, don't get greedy, because I'm telling you, when I get confident, that's when I take my biggest L's. My L's are for lessons. That's when I learn. My lessons, like, oh no.
When you get overconfident, definitely I understand.
Yeah.
You don't want to. It's the confidence is there to say you got to have enough confidence to know that, listen, the market is going to play how it's going to play. But I got to trust my influences. The market is going to do what it's going to
do. Thanks.
But this is like here, this is only a 3-day trend on a sell trend. So
okay.
you see on a daily.
Yeah.
We got a 3-day trend.
See, I didn't know that information until you told me about the 5-day minimum. But yeah, the way how I was seeing it though is that it's been selling since like the top, like not just that low there. I also looked at the higher. Yeah, I was looking up top there. I was like, yeah, it's been selling.
It rejected because it made a new high. So it got a new high, and we also got this is an order block here. So look at the last candle before the rejection. So we got this as a change the color of that. So we got that's a bearish order block here. This candle before it started selling. And there's another one right next to it. It should have been this. So this is the area where it was selling at from. So we do got a trend on a daily trend. So we got two areas. This is a week up area of sell right here. This one. This is the stronger one. Right here.
And it's stronger because it poured off more? Because it sank off more? Or
because of the stronger sell-off that came from it.
Okay.
The strong sell-off that came from it, the engulfing that came out of it right here. That's what made it a stronger order.
Okay.
So it's been trending down here. So my only thing is here is that I'm anticipating for it to break the trend, the sell trend, because it's rejecting that area. Even here is where it rejected at and started buying from, down here. That's where we got our buy happened at. When you look, it had the unclear price action, but this is where it was rejecting that even before it bought up, before it made the new high. But if it does break, this is where it can sell to. If it breaks, it can sell to this buy order block down here. But based off and looking at this daily trend, it definitely can break this area. It definitely can break that trend. This right here, I mean, this resistance, but it's not. It hasn't broke it yet, so we don't got a confirmation as to tell what it's gonna do. That's why it's not. Don't feel bad on not taking it. We just don't got a confirmation yet. That's to say this is what it's anticipating to do.
Okay.
So wait for the confirmations before you get in for Bitcoin. I will wait for the confirmation to see if it's gonna break based off of we got a daily candle that's telling us the sell is continuing. But we don't have it breaking this midsection just yet. So we will want to wait for a confirmation on a 4-hour time frame to tell us that the sell is breaking. We need something to confirm that is breaking trend.
On a higher, okay, so on a daily, so a 15 and a 30 minute, it's not good enough.
It's not sufficient. No, you will want to see it on a 4-hour. You will want to see it on a 4-hour, especially because it's been trending down. You will want to see that it's going to break, because this candle right here is an engulfing. Yeah. So this is saying when you get an engulfing, it's already telling us that basically that's the direction that it's moving, that it's selling. It just hasn't broke yet.
Okay.
It's the sellers continuing. Like tomorrow, it can come up the next candle tomorrow. Well, this is a 6 o'clock candle, but I'm saying like it can open Friday evening, because you know Bitcoin is open during the weekend, and break this.
Mm.
You will probably see the break happen on here on a 4 hour. But a confirmation would be a candle close below this. A candle close below this would tell us that it's breaking this area, that the sell is going to continue. But if it doesn't break this and we continue to see this, then you might anticipate it for it to pull back up. But right now,
and that would be basically an entry pattern on the 4 hour.
Yeah, entry pattern on the 4 hour. You will see it on the 4 hour. Like, even if it's gonna break and pull back up, it would be something like this. It would not. You will want to have it to stop underneath here, because you know that if it breaks underneath there, then then the trade becomes invalid. The buy becomes invalid, and you can take it to here, up to here to the mid. Well, the mid section is going to change because we're about to adjust it, but we would take it to like the midweek area.
Okay.
But we got to readjust it because it made a new low. Bitcoin made a new low. Yeah. Yeah, the new low is 100. 345. That's 17. So the midweek is gonna change. One. Yeah. So we got a new midweek at 103, 623, 70. And we also remember it's inside this weekly order block. So the sell is kind of anticipated. Look where it's at. So the sell is anticipated. And it's under this. It gotta break that. But that's the weekly low right now. So it might pull up before it breaks. But I would more or less feel comfortable taking a sell just to be in accordance with a trend and taking a buy.
Facts. Okay.
Like just to be I'm moving, you want to trade with the trend and not against the trend. It works better in your favor when you trade with the trend. So
exactly.
So while it's this pull up that it's doing, what we anticipating an entry for a sell instead of an entry for a buy. Like look for it to not reject, to reject from right here, from this mid area, especially because this is an engulfing. Like look for it to reject somewhere up here. Now that it's buying, and that would look for an entry tomorrow for it to reject for the sell and not for the buy. Being that we in a sell, we have a sell trend. We have it trending down on a daily. We got it engulfing. We got too many confluences that say it's selling. And it didn't come into a buy order block yet. It's at the mid-month area. So basically, like if it does break that tomorrow, it's gonna dump. Like if it when it breaks this area, it is gonna go.
And if it breaks, I would put my my stop above the
right
engulfing,
above that,
right?
right above it, and just let it ride. Like it's just because this is where this is area where it bought from right here. Like before it actually made, this is the strong order block right here. You see the engulfing that
Yeah.
came out of it on a daily. This is a strong daily order block. So if it does sell, this is the area we're looking to take it to, because this is the stronger area of buy. This is where the buy money is down here. So I'm anticipating for it to continue selling. We got it coming out of a daily order block or weekly order block. I'm anticipating this pullback on Bitcoin. Especially if it breaks. Just wait for the confirmation.
Okay.
For the confirmation on Bitcoin for a sell, for it to continue selling. I was eyeing a sell when it was at the midweek. When it was at the midweek, I was eyeing a sell. Before I even adjusted it, I was seeing it rejecting, doing this thing right here. This is what was messing me up, is this unclear stuff that it was doing here.
Yeah.
And I was like,
And then when
Bitcoin
it
is
started to
uncertain.
fall, it fell.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
It did this today, but it
Yeah,
wasn't.
it gave us no chance.
It gave you no indication prior to that. Prior to what it did today, this is all unclear. This is all uncertainty right here.
Yeah.
This is all unclear price action. So you had no idea what it was going to do. But if I would have put my trend line, I probably would have seen it, because it's rejecting the trend line. It definitely is rejecting the trend line. If I would have put the trend line in, I would have seen it.
I had my trend line. I seen that it was falling, but I still couldn't get in. I literally watched it sink off. I was pissed.
Yeah, that was a. Hold on 1 second. Okay. And gold literally rejected the midweek so heavy, like came back to entry, retested, and now
Bought up again.
and buying back up again.
I was not expecting that because I had a twin trade in there. So I got my TP one hit. And so I'm like, okay, remember we were saying, oh, TP2 is about to be hit, right? I
Yeah,
was like, and then it just starts sinking off. I'm like, yo, what the hell? I
it
closed that. I took my
literally
profit.
danced around. I said, hold on, so you gonna really do that? Like it came up to 4.3 and then rejected.
Yeah. I'm just like, yo, let me close that. If anything, I'm gonna re-enter because that's just some bullshit.
It came down and literally came right back to entry and bought back up.
Entry live. Oh man, I'm glad
Literally came
I got
back
my
to
TP.
entry. Like, look, it's right at that's what it came back to. It's literally sold to entry
Literally, I know.
and came
And
back
tapped in perfectly. Didn't even close it under nothing and
nothing,
went right back up.
nothing. Never touched the stop, never did that. Came back to entry and came back up. Like,
Yep.
look at it.
Trying to
Now it's
shake us
like
out of our position. Yeah.
Now it's going back up. I closed out when I seen it was like, I'm like, are you serious? You really going
Right.
going through this? It came literally like right under here. I'm like, oh, it's about to hit the profit. Oh, that's good. It's
Literally.
the profit during New York session. We good? No, it come right here,
Live.
and reject.
Literally.
This is, and I wasn't
Yeah.
anticipating for it to do this though. Like for it to come back to entry like that, like how it did in the next day. I did
Right.
not anticipate that, but
I
I'm
was in
closed out.
denial. I watched it. I just watched it. I was like, oh no, 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 no. Not gonna make me watch it go all the way up to what come out. I took some out, man. Like crazy.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna when I seen when it got like down to like yeah, I said I'm closing. It's doing some gold stuff. Like this is it's making some
Like
gold
that's not normal.
move like only gold does. Like only gold move like that. But it definitely made a new high. So we do gotta adjust it because it did make a new high. Came up to 403 and the take profit was 408, which is crazy. Like I just knew it was hitting that profit. I knew it. I'm like, yeah, it's about to hit right now.
Okay.
Did some gold stuff.
Oh no, it's quick. Try to shake us out of our position. I'm like,
Only
yo,
gold does stuff like that. I don't see nothing else move. Only gold do stuff like that. When I see
crazy.
it doing some gold is the only thing that can reverse like that. Gold be reversed. Gold reverse like that.
Just get us with that nasty work, but still respect everything. Like, yo, you gotta have heart, man. You gotta have heart.
It respected the levels though. That's what it did do. It definitely did respect the levels of where it went to. It came and respected those areas. That's why I literally only look at the chart at with this on it because I noticed it respects those levels though. It did do. And if it break, we know where it's going. It's the beginning of the month too. So it's making these new highs and adjusting itself to the beginning of the month. But that talk about what was happening, that's what I was saying about the new currency thing. That's what's like having the
Mm-hmm.
market going back and forth because people was not trusting.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I mean, in our space, no, yeah, but in the normal world, people people the U.S. dollar is the king in the normal world.
Mm-hmm.
It went to 4,357. You see right there. So we got a new mid-month area of 32.84, 38. In the midweek, so the new midweek is 33.46, 46.41. And it's still in break that. So, yep, still basically respecting that area. Even with the break, it's still definitely respecting this area. You can anticipate gold to continue going back up, but I expected some rejection based off of it coming out of this area, this order block. That's what I was saying. But I was expecting it to go up
Mm-hmm.
to that 408. but it came right underneath there because it can reject anywhere out of the order block. Like once it comes into order block area where it sells at, it can reject anywhere out of there. It came right underneath our stop. So right underneath our profit. Nah, stop. Came right underneath our profit and never came. Like I closed out because that's just too much with gold. I was anticipating gold to continue up like it's doing right now. Came back to entries to go back up. We can look for another entry for gold. I will still wait more towards London just to see if it's going to pull back a little bit. Wait more towards London, especially because it's Friday. If you don't trade Friday and if you're not used to Friday market conditions, don't try to take the trade. Be happy with your profits for the week. You're not a Friday trader. If Friday is not a day that y'all typically would trade, don't trade it.
Not even with Bitcoin?
Not even with Bitcoin. If it's not market conditions, because market conditions on Friday is different. Like the market conditions on Friday is usually like people trying to like hurry up and like get their last money. And big money movers know that. So the market could go like is like kind of like back and forth. Like even if it's a move that's clear and anticipated, it's not. It might make that move real quick and wick you right back out. Like it'll wick you right underneath your profit. Like kind of like how gold did today.
Got it. Got it.
So if you is gonna set your stop to take profit for gold, set it a little underneath just because it's a Friday. Make your moves on Friday. If you're trading on Friday, the trick with trading on a Friday is to make your moves. If you anticipating it to go to a certain high, mark it a little lower than what you would anticipate just because it's Friday. And the banks is anticipating that you're gonna try to hold it till 5 o'clock.
That's a gem.
They anticipate for you to hold it. It's Friday. If they know the last money move is the people that gotta trade every day, they know they in the market. And they coming to take y'all out on Friday. Like Friday, it's been doing this. This is the thing that this has been unclear all day. So the 30 may make a move on tomorrow, but here's the thing: it's gonna make the move that is gonna anticipate is gonna be done probably early. So you might see it start making its move during London, like you might see the move that it's gonna start moving during more towards London. Like how it's rejecting here, you can see that like the direction of where it's about to go, but don't try to hold it to a high on a Friday. Hold it, get your money, get in and out the market on a Friday. I like to be out of the market no later than 10 o'clock. If I'm going to trade on a Friday, I'm out of the market at 10 o'clock. Because after that, it's doing whatever they want to do.
Okay.
It's the market, just based off of market conditions on a Friday. So that's what I'm saying. If you're not used to trading on a Friday, don't trade at all. If Friday is not a day that you would typically trade, don't trade it. Don't try to get in and try to get a move because your feelings will get hurt. Like just go in. If you're not trading on Friday, take the profits you made this week and be cool with that. But if you're gonna go in on a Friday, be out of the market extremely early while everybody else is holding until 5 o'clock. You're already out of the market by 10. Anytime I made money in the market on a Friday, it was always before 10 a.m. Always. Even on gold, always before 10 a.m. I always see that reversal coming in right before London closing. The market start doing some stupid stuff.
To trade for like about an hour or two. Sorry.
Yeah, like
no, go ahead, bro.
Mm-hmm. So, not saying. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
If you're gonna trade, and you're getting in during London, that's cool. Like you can take it during London, from London into before 10 o'clock. But you don't want to be getting in and trying to hold it until 5 o'clock is what I'm saying. You don't want to try to hold your move until 5 o'clock unless it's a swing trade, unless it's a trade that you're planning on holding into next week.
Gotcha.
If it's not a trade that you're planning on holding into next week, then don't try to get in the market and hold it. Because if you're holding it to a high, it's not a high that's anticipated to happen on a Friday. So with the 30, we seeing that it's rejecting the midweek. It is setting up for, look like it's setting up for a nice buy. So look what it's already doing. Yeah. It's already setting up for a nice buy. But I would still want to get out before even getting in. I would still want to get out before 10 o'clock tomorrow.
Oh yeah. So even this trade that you're in right now, you would get out before.
I would still get out if I'm not holding it. If I'm not holding it, because right now we have it rejecting this order block. It has not broke this order block, so I'm not comfortable holding it. This order block here hasn't broke. Not just on a 4 hour. The 4 hour one that I'm up here, it hasn't broke. It hasn't came up and broke this. It's still showing that it's rejecting that area. That's why I want to. Once it break that, that would have, if it would have broke that this week, that would have been different. But this is where it's rejecting it. You see how I keep coming into this area and rejecting? That's why I'm not holding it. Otherwise, like I don't mind holding over the weekend. But it's got to be in a certain area where I'm anticipating for it to go. And it has not broke this area right here. You see? How I keep coming in there and rejecting out. Reject, reject, reject. It rejected this area 3 times already.
Okay. So that goes for gold too. You'll be out by 10 in the morning. Okay, yeah, because that's in an order block
especially
too.
gold. Especially gold.
Yeah.
Get out of gold by 10 o'clock. Definitely gold. Gold will reject on your ass. And it will reject on you on a Friday. I've been up and gold on a Friday like $2,000 or $3,000 and literally watch at 11 o'clock it turn around. Like it come right there, right underneath my target and turn around. Like how I did today. It did a Friday move today. That's something that it would do on a Friday, like come right underneath your target and turn around. It did that to me on a Friday a couple of times.
So, bet. Okay. I'm not gonna let that happen to me.
Just know, like if you're in on a Friday, just set your target profit a little bit lower than what you would normally set it. And take your profits to get out the market and be satisfied with your profits. Y'all gotta appreciate the money y'all getting out there, because people are not doing these numbers. So just be happy with the money that y'all pulling out. The money is compounding over time. Like I was telling y'all before, a 6-figure trader is literally equivalent to making $500 a day out of the 252 days of the year. So if one of those days out of the 252 days, if you make 1,000 one day, you made up it's one day that you ain't got to trade. You understand what I'm saying? Like count them 252 days down and break down how much you're making per day. If you make $500 a day on in 252 days, that's over 100,000. You're a 6-figure trader. Don't overcomplicate it. Compounding over time is what's going to get you to your big growth. I know a lot of times we see traders that be having them lucky trades, and we call them lucky trades, but that's because that, whether or not you want to believe it, was compounded over time. Even when we look at somebody like Sa did that in a week, compounding over time, and he'll tell you himself he got lucky. He tell you, I got lucky. That was a lucky week. It's not like a normal trade. So you have these lucky trades after doing compound trades over time. You might have these moments where you make a trade that hits you that 100,000 in a day, your 6-figure trade in a day. But to be a 6-figure trader is basically you making $500 a day in the 252 day span. That's why you got to set your profit targets on what you anticipate to make per day. If it's 1,000 per day and on one day you make 800, don't beat yourself up. Or if you take a loss of a couple $100, don't beat yourself up. Losses come with it. The losses isn't just as anticipate the losses just like you anticipate the wins because they come with it. They come with trading. Period. There's no avoiding it. The Warren Buffett is one of the biggest traders, one of the most successful traders, and he got like a 60% loss rate. Like it's not even like, come on, like they got a high loss rate, and they're the most successful traders. So that just goes to show you that that trading is something that over time it's compound interest.
Compounded, yeah.
It's not you like people come in trading like this is some gambling thing, and you're gonna come in, I'm gonna strike it rich, and then that's gonna be it. And it's not. That's unrealistic. I don't want y'all to think like that. I want y'all to be really like, what y'all doing is not. No, it's not fucking normal. It's not normal to be making the kind of money that y'all making. But understand, if you break down even what you made in a week, if you made more than $500 a day every day this week, which this week was, I'm anticipating was a good week for everybody. But if you made more than $500 a day each day, you basically on a track of a six-figure trader. So think about it like that. Break it down. I don't know what people account size is. I don't know if you trade in a prop, how you going, but if you trade in a prop, you should be more you shouldn't be risking as much on a prop. Shouldn't.
Yeah, I'm on a prop right now.
Yeah.
I'm on phase 2. I got it to phase 2 with your strat. So yeah.
That's good. Congratulations.
I'm phase 2.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. But I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know. I be taking some stupid trades sometimes, but then I'll be fake patching it up and stuff like that. You know,
You
honestly,
good? You got
I'm
to phase
down
2.
right now.
You phase 2. The phase 2.
Yeah.
Just breathe easy. Phase 2 gonna pass. Like you got this. Don't worry about it. You gonna pass it.
Facts.
Just don't try to rush it. You ain't got to rush it. You got through phase 1. Phase 2 is easy to pass. Phase 2 is actually the easier one to pass.
Which
and
prop you using?
For some reason, I'm having more hard of a time. What you say, bro?
Which prop are you using?
What's it called? Maven. It's this one that I was used to. Yeah.
The one I got there, on there is a step 1. The one I got in there that I was telling y'all to use is a one-step prop. One-step eval.
But that sounds hard. I didn't look at it. But what are the rules? Like,
so that one is a one-step eval is 9% to pass, not 10%. So it's 9% to pass the challenge. 4% daily drawdown. The payout, they say the payout is on demand, but how the payout goes is you gotta basically trade. You still gotta trade 3 days. It's still the 3-day trade, and you can't make more than 40% of your best day. Like your overall profits can't be more than 40% of your best day, which is
That's
actually
definitely not EA.
That's EA.
Really?
Yeah.
But I read it wrong then. Okay.
Yeah, no, EA is more than 40% of your best day. So how that goes, like, let me see if I can pull up my calculator. I'm gonna stop sharing so I can pull up my calculator real quick so you can see how it go. You not like if you on a consistent profit level, like you that's that 40% thing is not like something that should be really like a detriment. Like, but you still gotta do the 3-day thing. Hold on.
yeah, minimum.
Yeah, the 3-day minimum. To trade with. Let me pull up
That's
my
no
calculator
problem.
so y'all can see what I mean when I say the 40% rule.
Do they allow copy traders?
They do. They do.
Okay, good. Because Maven doesn't allow that shit. I don't know why.
They do allow. Y'all can see the calculator, right? So
Yeah.
if you setting your profit targets for $500 a day, right? And you do 500 times 3 would be 1,500, right? So your overall profits is 1,500. It would be that times 0.40%. So no one day can be more than 40%. So you couldn't have made $600 one day after making 500, 500, 500. Like it can't be you couldn't have made no more than $600 in a day because that's 40% of your overall profit. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes
Yeah.
sense.
Okay, so
Makes sense.
that's all they mean when they say
Okay, yeah, I get it.
40% of your overall profit. I like them because the payouts is quicker and the payouts is pretty quick. Like I haven't had no problem with them thus far, and they're based out of the United States.
Okay.
That's why I recommend them.
All right.
And I was doing a
No, look.
two-step thing with Blue Guardian, but that's why I know when you're doing 2 steps, the second step is usually easier to pass. So you in the second phase, you gonna pass that.
Mm-hmm.
You good. The second phase is usually like you don't got to do as much. That's why I don't rush it.
Yeah, it's only
I know it's
it's
kind of
only 5%.
yeah. The second that's why I said the second phase is usually easier, the simpler one to pass. But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes people get antsy once they get to the second phase and they like, I gotta hurry up. I gotta hurry up. Take your time.
That's exactly what happened with me. And now I ended up being 4% down.
Yeah, no, you don't want to do that. That's what I'm saying. Like you in
Yeah,
phase
but I'm
two, you in phase two. Don't overdo it.
yeah. And it's true. It's just that I was rushing it. I was just rushing it. I was
Yeah,
rushing.
you got it.
Yeah.
You in phase two. Breathe. You got this. Relax.
Mm-hmm.
If if Friday is not a good day for you to trade, don't try to trade on a
Yeah.
Friday.
I'm not gonna bother. I'm already in 2 good trades. By 10 in the morning, I'm gonna close them like what you said and
Yeah,
just chill.
and just chill. That's what I'm saying. Like, and then by come next week, you'll be passing your challenge by the beginning of the week. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
That's
just
what's up.
just relax, and then you can just be moving towards your profit target each week. Like,
Yeah.
I set my profit target so where I'm not trying to take too much out the market. Where I know because that prop has that 40% rule. I kind of
Mm-hmm.
like measure where I'm getting it. I'm not trying to hold it for too long. Like some of the trades I be wanting to hold for a longer time, but I don't want to hold
Mm-hmm.
it for too long based off of that 40% rule because I don't want to make this much this day and then be waiting for those 3 days to make under the 40%. So
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
that's why I like pace myself on this is my profit target, this is my profit target, and I set it at that. Like I don't try to go above my profit target. I set my goals and I'm in and out the market. This one I was anticipating though. But 30 has not broke this area. It hasn't. It hasn't broke this area. It hasn't broke this area right here. So that's why I wouldn't hold it. I've held US 30 over the weekend before. So
Yeah. But I see
I've
what you're saying. Yeah, man. There's a lot of bearish power over there,
yeah, it's
selling
like
power
it's
right there.
unclear right here what's gonna
And
happen.
yeah, and Friday there's gonna be low volume because people are taking money out. I get it.
Yeah, like we in the beginning of the month right here is just so much unclear of what's gonna happen. This right here is all like
Yeah.
you don't know. You don't know what's gonna
Mm-hmm.
happen right here. This is unclear price action on a higher time frame. They're not really making it clear which way the market is gonna move. So
Mm-hmm.
this is why even is rejecting these levels. That's why it's basically like staying in between those levels. Cool. Like you could take it from here to the high, get out. Like you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like trying to hold it
Mm-hmm.
past this. Don't feel like you missed
Mm-hmm.
out on anything, but it has to break this area. It has to. This is the area where
Mm-hmm.
it's been selling from. It rejected here 3 times. We need when it breaks
Mm-hmm.
though, it's gonna be a strong break. I'm anticipating if when it
Mm-hmm.
breaks it, it's gonna break it with force when it does break because the overall high for the 30 is at 4,500. That's what a weekly order block is up there. And that's where I know that's where it's headed. But it's going to do what it's going to do and all in between there. But this is this area where it's at right now is a strong area that it's sold from. This is 1, 2 times on a daily, same order block. Like if you look at it, it's basically like within the same area. Like you see?
Yeah, it's strong over there, bro.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is the area where it's
Because a lot of selling power came out of
right
there.
there.
Yeah.
Right there. That's why I said like
Yeah.
I wouldn't hold it past that. Like I wouldn't hold it past this area because it hasn't broke there yet.
Yeah.
It's nothing indicating right now for me to hold it past that area. So you want to
Yeah.
wait until it breaks that area. Like if it would have broke that area, I would have felt comfortable holding it over the weekend. I don't feel comfortable
Hmm.
holding it over the weekend because it hasn't broke that area.
Okay.
It hasn't. When it breaks that, we in a sweet, nice bar. We can hold it and sit back and relax, have a beer or something like. But right now, no, no, don't do
Hmm.
it. But anticipate a buy, set your stop, give yourself room in a stop for 30. We still in a buy. But Nas is also pulling up right now. We got a new 4 hour candle. I bet you can anticipate that 4 hour candle to be well above this previous one based off of where it's at right here. How it wick out of this buy order block here. But Nas, this would be a nice buy. Still, only set your high. Don't set your high past this order block. Like it's rejecting up here. This is a strong order block. This is a strong area for sell. So don't try to hold it for a high, especially because it's a Friday. And we see gold moving in between the weekly low and the weekly high. Don't set it past the weekly high right now. So your profit target, if the weekly high is 4.3, being as high gold like might move, a little bit different, set it a little bit under that weekly high, just so your profit target is hit and you're pulling money out of the market. Don't try to set it all the way up because it's Friday.
Secure the bag.
Secure the bag, definitely. Secure the bag. But you want to get the money out the market. The market is not your friend. You're in there legally robbing.
Facts.
You're in there legally robbing them. They don't even know we're illegally robbing the market. It is Bitcoin is rejecting this, but that my whole thing is that it's this deal we got a daily sell trend. So unless it breaks above that trend line, I would not be looking for a buy.
Yeah.
I literally will be looking for it to reject from the trend line and take a sell.
Mhm.
Just
Which
off
it
of
will because there's an order block there. Yeah.
yeah, and it's an order block right
Mhm.
at the trend line. So I'm looking for it to come up and reject that trend line and get in for a sell. Like Bitcoin, you can hold, especially because the Bitcoin is something you can hold over the weekend, and
Mhm.
it's here. But this is the area
Mhm.
right here that Bitcoin has to break this weekly. When it break this, I'm anticipating for it to break this week, this monthly resistance. When it breaks that,
Mhm.
that's a nice little sell up because it still has not come into it hasn't come into this order block yet. We still have it
Yeah.
hasn't came down yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think it's finished
That's where
selling.
all the buyers are.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's where the buy is at. I don't think it's finished selling. So, and we got a nice sell trend going. I don't think it's finished selling. I think the pull up that we're seeing right now is it's gonna pull up and reject that trend line.
Mhm.
I'm telling you, I'm anticipating it. I'm anticipating to see that rejection somewhere during London.
I could see it too. Yes, I could
I
see
see,
it.
I see it happening like somewhere during London. I don't think. Listen, the way it's like moving so slow, Bitcoin. Bitcoin don't move this slow. I'm not
Yeah.
even. This is like a nice buy fake out for all of anybody selling on a lower time frame right now. Anybody buying
Mhm.
on a lower time frame, this is definitely a fake out.
Mhm.
because the gold is not. I don't think Bitcoin is gonna reject that area. I just see the rejection right now in direction with the trend. Be anticipating Bitcoin to still be selling. Just anticipate for it to still sell and take. You could take it to the weekly low because it doesn't make a new It doesn't make a new weekly low until next week, until Sunday. So on a weekend, Bitcoin don't really move that much. You don't really see it start moving until Sunday. You'll see it's the pickup, in movement. It don't really move a lot on Saturday. You're not missing nothing over the weekend with Bitcoin. Sunday is more or less when you start seeing Bitcoin pick up during Sunday going into Monday. You start seeing the pickup on movement with Bitcoin. You don't see it on Saturday. Saturday it might make a couple of moves, but not nothing drastic that you feel like you nothing to miss out on. You're not missing no moves.
Yeah.
With this, you are all. If y'all don't notice, we always go in and spot some moves in the market. You just always gonna spot some moves in the market with how we're trading. You always gonna spot some moves. So don't feel like you're missing out. Don't feel just be anticipating for it to reject up here from this trend line. If it breaks, then you know the buy is gonna continue. But I don't think it's gonna break. I just don't see that happen. I don't. I don't see it happening. This trend is a strong trend. And that engulfing right there this engulfing that we have right here says that it's still selling. Like that's an engulfing on a daily. I'm not. I think I really do think it's still selling. Like that's an indication for sell. This on a daily time frame. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and post this after. It's gonna take a minute for it to finish converting. Once it converts, I'm gonna have it try to have it posted before 12 o'clock. Once it's done, but y'all know what we looking for: patience, patience, patience. Y'all, we winners. Y'all gotta know y'all got the winning. Y'all got the winning thing in your hand. Okay, you in a prop, brace yourself. Patience, 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 patience is what win. Compounding your money is what win. Okay, let's get this bag, y'all. Let's go legally rob the market. If you're not trading on Friday, don't trade.
Copy that. Copy.
That's what's up.